The name Yahweh, YHWH, consists of the sequence of consonants. That name YHWH consists of a sequence of consonants. What are those consonants? Yod, Y-O-D, Yod, Hey, H-E-H, Wow, W-A-W, and Hey, again, H-E-H. Now, this sequence of consonants in Hebrew is known as the tetragrammaton. Now, what's a tetragrammaton? A tetragrammaton is a 4-letter Hebrew theonym. And what's a theonym? A theonym is a study of divine proper names. That's the etymology, the history, and the use of these names. That's, what a theonym is. So, a tetragrammaton is a 4-letter Hebrew theonym. The study of these names, their origin, their use, and all that. Now, this tetragrammaton, remember, in consonants, there are sequence of consonants, Yod, Hey, Wow, and Hey. Now, this tetragrammaton is converted from one script of text to another by swapping of letters. Let's follow, please. Remember, we started from the scientific, now getting into the Hebrew, so that by the time we are done, we will now make sense out of all this. Okay, and I said that now this tetragrammaton is converted from one script of text to another by swapping of letters in predictable ways, written and read from right to left. Yod, Hey, Wow, Hey. What does this Yod, Hey, Wow, Hey mean, or what do they represent? Yod represents a mere dot. It gets more revelatory. Again, please follow. What does these consonants, Yod, Hey, Wow, Hey, what do they mean, or what do they represent? Yod represents a dot. It is a divine point of energy. Remember, we're trying to bring clarity, full understanding of who this God is. When they say God is in you, He has been there through it all. So that when light shines, then when we reverence Him, we understand who He is. So Yod represents a mere dot. Yod is a divine point of energy, okay? Yod is used to form all letters. Take, for example, when you want to write, you have a pen or a biro or a pencil, whatever it is that you want to write. What happens is that you start with a dot and you end with a dot. When you want to write a name, say Jesus, as you're starting that J, you're starting with a dot, because from the point that pen touches the paper, it starts with a dot. And when you're ending Jesus, as you're ending with that word S, that last curve, before you remove your pen, it ends with a dot. Follow, please. Those consonants, the tetragrammaton, the Yod, Hey, Wow, Hey. Yod represents a mere dot, a point, a divine. What is divine? Anything that comes from God. A divine point of energy. It is that forms all letters. It starts with a dot and it ends with a dot. So you cannot start without a dot. You cannot start anything without a dot. Now, this same Yod indicates God's supreme being, His supremacy. You cannot start anything without Him. It speaks of or indicates His supremacy, His supreme being. That is that essential nature. Remember when we started earlier on that God possesses essential and moral attributes. The essential attributes is what makes Him deity, which we do not possess, we cannot possess. But when you become born again, the day we became born again, then we possessed, His moral attributes was being given to us. That moral attributes is that absolute holiness, absolute faithfulness, and absolute righteousness. So this Yod indicates His supreme being in that essential nature. So it is His omnipresence nature. That dot that you start everything with and end everything with. That's omnipresence nature. That means He is present at the beginning, through the process, and at the end. He is present in everything and everywhere. He is at the starting, He is along the process, and He is also at the ending, that is yod, the consonants of that tetragrammaton.